go. Hi there, welcome back again. Felipe here, your crazy creative designer from Germany, originally from Brazil. Welcome to the channel. I'm very glad you're here. I would love to welcome you. And, well, yeah, thanks for taking a peek at my channel. And if you enjoy the video, if you can find some value from it, I would appreciate it. Like and subscribe, it means the world to me. So today I wanted to talk about meta fields, specifically Shopify meta fields. And if you don't know it yet, if you don't know it by now, or if you're new to Shopify, perhaps, then you're not familiar with meta fields. So let's get into what they mean, and then we're gonna go through them, and I'll give you some examples on how you can use meta fields to, to improve your store, to improve navigation, to maximize user experience and maximize conversion rates, because it helps you display information that will otherwise be kind of tough to display. So what are meta fields? Meta fields are basically additional product information or additional information that you can bring, that you can add to several different elements, including products, but also pages, collections, blogs. And so you're kind of not tied to just products, but they are a very powerful universal tool that can be used to enhance visibility and to enhance properties and characterizations. And so it is something you should definitely learn how to use if you're working with Shopify. All right, so let's take a peek in practice what they mean. So I'm here in Shopify. It's a store that I created in 10 hours. Actually, it's a different branding project. There's a video about that that's called Colibri Memories and how I built a brand in 10 hours. Check it out if you want to. Maybe it's helpful to you as well. So, okay, we are in the configuration menu. And so we can scroll down to meta fields and meta objects. There you go. Meta objects are something else as well. But we're going to get into that in another lesson. So as you can see, there are products, there are collections, there are orders, draft orders, locations, pages. So all of these elements, they can profit from meta fields. We're going to go through a couple of them, and then you can try out the other ones and tell me in the comments how you felt using the meta fields for all of these different aspects of the web shop. So I'm just going to go through blogs, products, collections for now, because those are the most important ones and the most critical ones to learn how to use. So let's get into products first. All right, so let's go. As you can see, we already have a couple of definitions, okay? That's what we call it. It's a definition, it's a meta field definition. And perhaps you know this, you can see on the type, you can see single line, product, single line text, product, true or false. So those are the types of meta fields that we're going to be defining. And so they are very helpful in different use cases. So let's go to add definition. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So as you can see, we can add a name, we can add, let me just minimize this, a description, and you can add the type, and then you can assign it to different categories. And there are options concerning the storefront API access. That's something entirely different. That's a little more technical, so I'm gonna save it for a different video. So I just have to minimize because the camera is right in my face. So let's say we want to add a meta field to a product, and then we'll go to this product and see how it works. Okay, so let's add like test field. Okay, so let's go description. We don't need that. I'm just gonna leave it out, and then I'll go to type. So if you go to the types, you can see we have single line, multi-line, integer, decimal, product, file, etc. Let me just go through them quickly. I'll tell you what they mean, and then you can play with them. So single line, obviously that's clear. So text in one line, maximum of one line. Multi-line text, also clear, I believe. Integer is just a number. So integer is the term for a number. Decimal, a number in decimal formats. Product, that's when you reference another product. So for example, if you want to connect one product to another product, you can use the product meta field. File, so for example, if you want to allow users to download a PDF, you can use file. Date and time, that's obvious, date as well, and so inserts, infuses date and time and date respectively in a dynamic manner, so it's updated accordingly, so you don't have to do anything basically. Dimensions, you can add the side, the depth, the height, so dimensions. Volume, I think that's clear as well, so volume units, if you have 100 milliliters, that would be a volume, and so it's formatted like a volume. Weight, same thing, kilograms, grams, ounces, pounds, etc. Then we have the fields according to categories, right? So we have it under number, text, and then we go to reference. That's what I meant with the product. So if you want to reference, if you want to create a bridge between your product, in this case, because we're in the product meta field, two different areas of your shop dynamically, you can use company, customer, product collection, product variant, etc., etc. So if you want to reference it, okay. And then we have other ones which are true or false. So I don't know. Let's say you have a quiz, an onboarding quiz, and then you can add, are you a smoker? And you're like true or false. All right. So color, you can reproduce colors in hex fields, in hex codes. Okay. So we have ID. I'm gonna leave that out. It's too complicated. Rating, we reference product ratings, which can come from apps or which actually always come from apps. On Shopify, it's very, very rare to find a custom programmed rating functionality. So let's say apps, okay. And then we have URL, so if you want to reference to another web page. Money, so that's if you want to reference a number in money format, so in dollars, euros, etc., etc. Link, that can lead to another section on your webpage, for example. So you can link, you can also create anchor links, and then advanced JSON mixed reference. I'm gonna leave that out. JSON is a schema data, so it's how the code is built on Shopify. The front end code is built on Shopify. That's very helpful in terms of SEO content and organic content, but that's a different topic altogether. And mixed reference also, I'm gonna leave it out. Okay, so let's go with the easier ones, and then you can play around with them to see what you can do with them. So let's start with the single line text. Okay, very simple. And then you can see I can add unique values or limit to pre-choices, minimum, maximum characters, regular expressions, and then you can add filters, which we're gonna leave out for now. So we all of this is optional. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want a list of values, or if you have more than one text, this can be very helpful to select list of values. Okay, but we're gonna go with one value for now, and then we're gonna save. All right, so the meta field is saved. I'm gonna open a new tab. Let's go to the homepage here. No, I can't. So I'm gonna just open a product, and then I'll go back to the settings of meta fields. Okay. All right. So we added this to the product meta field, single line text. So what we can do now is we can go to the product. I only have one product right now, which is this. Let's go to the product page. Oh yeah, by the way, so the meta fields, they are shown infused according to the section. So product meta fields are generally only going to show on the product page. There are ways to play around with that, but let's keep it simple for now. Okay, so this is the current product page. As you can see, it's actually a very nice card, which is part of my hobbies. You can check out the website. I'll put it in the comment. You can buy it as well. I have a connection there, and I'm selling these cards because it's part of a hobby. I like to do it. So anyways, so this is the current product page. Okay, so let's go to the corresponding product. This is it, the 3D pop-up card. So I'm going to click on that. And now you can see all your familiar fields. You have the description, you have the images, you have the variants, sets, etc., etc. And if you scroll down, you're going to get to the meta fields, the product meta fields. And as you can see, we have this test field, which is the one we just created. And there's the option to view all of the fields. And as you can see, there are already other fields that you can use, but we're going to go with ours for now, just to keep it simple. So I'm going to go back here. And I'm gonna go to the test field. Okay, so this text, so we can only input text. So let's say playing tennis is rough. So let's save it. Okay, and now if we go to the actually let me open the editor now. Now we have to use the editor. I'll show you why in 1 second. So let's open the editor here. Let's go to the online store theme and let's check out the product page now. Let's see what happens. So I'm gonna go to the current theme, product page. There you go, and there you go. So the thing is, if we look for the text that we just created, which is the there you go, which is the playing tennis is worth, we're not gonna find it anywhere here, and that's because we have to create a reference now. So we have the meta field that's done in the backend, so in the product category, in the product page, basically, and now we have to connect it with the front end, which is what the customer sees, which is this. Okay, so there are many ways to connect it, and you can connect it at pretty much any part of the product page. So we can go here to, I don't know, let's go to the product information, which is the buy box. Okay, product top infos, and now here, let's say we want to add a text. Oh, we can't because I have used up all fields, dummy Felipe. So what we're gonna do is let's remove a field. Let's remove the star rating for now. All right, and then we'll go to the product infos. That refers to the text. That's the title. Okay, so that's here. So we can add a text. So now we have to think of the meta field type. We have created a text, so we can only use text blocks to reference it or custom liquid. Okay, so we can add a text now, and this text is going to be the we make things, blah blah blah. As you can see, it's here at the top above the product title, as it should be. And now what we can do is, if we want to show the meta field here, we can create a reference via this little button here, which says connect dynamic source, and from here we can choose different options, which is, for example, title, vendor, description, and those are elements that are generally different from product to product. And we can choose the test meta field, which is the one we just created. So let's click that, and now we have play tennis is worth. There you go, easy peasy, right? So you have to keep in mind, we have to create a meta field, and then we have to assign a meta field to a product, and then we have to fill the meta field, and then we have to connect it in the theme editor to demonstrate it, to showcase it at appropriate places or where you want to place it. So there are so many things we can do now here with this meta field. And the thing is about meta field is that it's unique per product. And that's the key here, right? That's the secret sauce. So this is the key to showing dynamic information from product to product. So, for example, let's say we had a second product and we're going to create another product just to play this scenario. This right here, it wouldn't show on a different product unless we also added it in the product meta field. Okay. Before we get to that, so what we can do now is we can infuse this anywhere on the product, wherever we can create a text reference. So I'm gonna undo this just until we have the review back, because this is actually a live store. So let's say we want to use it somewhere here in the product description. Like we have a little title here. Let's say we want to add a subtitle here with our meta field. So I think it's the quote. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the quote section. Now we do the same. We can connect it with a text. There you go, with a text block. And then same thing. We have the placeholder, and then we can add the dynamic source right there, text field. There you go, and voila. And now you have it here as well, which is pretty cool, right? Again, this is defined on a per product basis, which is pretty much fucking magical. So also, this is very good to add additional information to products, which is also SEO relevant, and it's also AI relevant. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, so let's do a little test. Let's go back to the products. Let's create a second product. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this, and I'm just gonna call it card number 2 reminds me of Mambo number 5, so I'm just gonna Mambo number 5. We're gonna keep the media, and we're gonna set it as active. There you go. So everything is the same, okay, except the title. But now we can go to this one's meta field and we can say, okay, swimming is the most complete sport. I'm obsessed with sports today for some reason. So something I should be doing. Okay, so let's say we save it. All right, and this meta field is only going to apply to this product. So if you go to the editor, I don't have it in the navigation, but we can navigate to it pretty easily. We can go to the homepage, or actually, let's go to a collection page. That should be easier, and then we should find it. There you go. So we have the Mambo number 5 card. So let's go to the Mambo number 5 card, and as you can see, the play tennis reference it's here. As swimming is the most complete sport because we just added that. We assigned it here in the backend. Okay, so now on this product we have swimming, and on the other product we should have the tennis reference. There you go. So voila, that's the magic of meta fields, and that's the cool thing about them. You can individualize them just as you want. Okay, so let's try another one. Okay, let's go to the meta fields. Let's create another type of meta field. So let's say, I don't know, test file. Something that I hear quite a lot is to add the option to download a specific file directly on a product. And this is something we can easily achieve with meta fields. So what we can do is we have to select the type. Let's say we want a file. Okay, there you go. So file. We can add one file or list of files, and then we can choose the formats. Only images, only videos. I will recommend to go with all types, because this way you can also add PDFs and whatever else you want to. For example, if you want to add download options to a product and you want to download, I don't know, like Photoshop files or something, you know? Okay, so we have created it and now should be available in the products. So let's go to the product Mambo number 5. We have to refresh the page. And there you go. And let's scroll down, and here we go. So now we have the test file. And if I click on that, I can select a file. So this is the magic, right? And now let's select a file. I have so many files here. So let's select one of my brand studies. I'm gonna upload it here. It's Dancery. Okay. Dancery is a brand that I created 2 years ago with it's a dancing app where it teaches you how to dance. It's really cool. So download upload is done. So as you can see, we have a PDF here. Then let's go to save. And now let's go to the editor. Let's refresh the editor. Always important to refresh it. And remember, we edited the file to the Mambo number 5. So I'm going to go to collections, standard one, and there you go. Okay, so now we can add the reference to this file, excuse me. So users can actually access them. Okay, so what we can do is very similar to the text reference. Just gonna remove the star rating here, so we can go here into icon. Let me think. Need to add the file. How should I do this? I can add a custom liquid and create a reference, but I just wanted to show you. Can I add this to a text field? Let me just check. Don't think so. No, so we have to add a type of block that allows files, which would be a custom liquid, but I don't want to do that because it involves a little bit of code. Maybe I can add an image, maybe under image. Works the same way, by the way. We have image. Oh, we have the test file. Okay. Not sure if it's gonna work. Okay. It gives us the PDF preview image, which doesn't work, obviously. So if I click on this, nothing happens. We just get this ridiculous image placeholder here. So I'm gonna remove that. Yeah. Well, let's see. I don't think Shopify has that from the get-go. Variants, review. No. Okay. So what we have to do is instead we have to create a custom liquid reference. So this involves a tiny little bit of code, but it's very powerful. So what we have to do is we have to choose custom liquid. Okay. And now in this custom liquid area, we can reference to the meta field via code as well. So what we have to do is go back to the meta field and we see the definition. So I'm just going to go to the overview. There you go. So the test, where is the test image that we have? Where did we have? Test field, there you go. So test file, there you go. So it's called custom test file, as you can see. Okay. And you can just ask ChatGPT. So I'm going to show you how you can ask ChatGPT to insert it. So let's open up a new chat. So I want to, let's say, reference a meta field in a custom liquid embed or block in Shopify. The meta field is called, let's go back quickly, test file. Test file, give me the super duper short reference code for this meta field. That should do the job. Yeah, it's just so you can use it basically without knowing code, you know? That's what I want to convey to you. But it's very easy and very simple. You see. There you go. So that's it. So what you have to do is to copy this reference. And this is true, like the way it's built, it goes for every product meta field. So you're always going to have product meta fields, and then you're going to have custom, and then you're going to have the name of the meta field. And the brackets, that's just part of it. So let's copy this, and let's go back to the customizer, and I'm going to insert it here under liquid code, and okay. What is this GID? Oh Lord, I can't remember what I did wrong. I think we have to build it as a link, actually. It's okay. Let's just, it's supposed to be a file. Create the code so users can click this meta field and download or preview the PDF. I think we need to create a link format, actually, which I totally forgot. But let's see what ChatGPT does. Honestly, if you have any doubt, ask it. But otherwise, the structure is always going to be the same. So there you go. Yeah, see. So we have to build it as a link, you know, because every file has to be a link in order to download it. So what we can do is now copy this, okay, and then you go back to the customizer, and now we insert the code, and there you go. Now we have the download PDF, which you can change here. So download file, or you know, whatever you want, and then this should work now. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the save button, and we saved it on the, not the Mambo number 5, but the other one. I'm gonna go to the live store. Here, there you go. I'm just gonna upload. Just gonna update it. There you go. Yeah. Or did we add it to? It's the camera I can't see. No, it is the Mambo number 5. Okay, so what we can do is we can go to the preview here. There you go. And voila. Now we have the download file, and if I click on that, it should, there you go, downloaded our PDF. And that's the way to go, sir. And if we check out the normal product, as you can see, it's not in there because it doesn't have the meta field. And this is the way you can apply meta fields to the other sections as well. So if you go to, let's say, we want to add meta fields to collection. To a collection, they work exactly the same. So we can create a definition, okay, and then you say collection. No, it's bad practice. So describe my catalog or something, and then we can select the type, single text. Let's do list of values so you can see what's different. And now we can go to a collection. I don't think I have collections here. I do have the homepage collection. Let's just create a new one. So meta collection. Okay. Let's just add the 2 products to the collection. There you go. And here, as you can see now, we have the describe my catalog text. So we can add 1. And here, it's a list of values. So you can add more than 1 value. Okay. So 2 and 3. Beautiful. Let's save it. Okay. Saved. And now we can go to the, let's update the editor. Right. And now we can go to collections. Let's see if we can reach or go to the collection. So you have to navigate to the right collection, obviously, or because otherwise it makes no sense. We have collection. What we can do, just to make it faster, we can create a template. So let's call this meta field test. It's the collection template. So we have 2 different collection types, and so now we can do the test. Okay, we can use the default or the meta field test. And if we go to meta field test, first we have to assign the template to the collection. So let's go back to collection here. We have to refresh the page. Okay, let's do this first. So meta field test, voila, there you go. And now this is just to save some time, Generally, you would have many collections in your store, generally. So, but we'll go by template here. So just to show you. So let's say then we want to showcase the meta field. I'm going to add simple text. Okay. So where's the text? So let's find some text here, sir. Text. So yeah, we can use, is there no rich text here in this? Yeah. Okay, let's go with the editorial. All right. So what we can do now is we can go to the text content here. And, it doesn't have the option to use a meta field, but we can add a normal text field, like, there you go. So text. And then here, once again, you can see the little dynamic source button. And then now we should see the describe my catalog. There you go. And that should do the trick. As you can see, list of values, because we had 3 values. And if I go back to the normal collection template, it shouldn't be there. As you can see, it's not here. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. So it's a very powerful tool. You should make yourself familiar with meta fields. Check out all the categories, try them out, and in a future video, if you want, if you guys like, I would take a look at the meta objects, which are even more powerful, or together with meta fields are very powerful tools. So yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. And thank you very much for watching. If you found some value, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and if you have any questions, place them in the comments or just let me know. I would love to hear from you. So have a good one. Cheers.